What's up, Dank homies? Nero here, and today I have a very quick build video for you guys. I'm gonna have a more full in-depth video on Octavia coming very soon, but that's gonna take me a little bit of time to actually work on because I want to make sure it's perfect for you guys. But for now, I want to make sure that you guys understand the abilities and how to build for her, being that she just came out, no one knows, so I want to help my Dank homies out. So first, let me give you a briefing of her abilities. Her abilities mostly work exactly like how Vagabond's abilities work, except for her 3. So her 1, you're going to throw out a ball that's going to deal damage to enemies after it's taken damage from enemies. So when you first throw it out, it's not going to do anything at all, but after an enemy attacks it, it's going to take that damage and it's going to spit it back on all enemies within its AoE, which is pretty dang insane, and you'll see why it's really insane because it scales. Then we have Resonator. This is like a mobile Bastille or like Titania's 3 ability. When you cast it, a roller ball will come out and all enemies within its range will follow it everywhere blindly. Like, I think they become unalerted as well, so you may be able to get a stealth multiplier off of them as well, but I haven't exactly tested that. And oh, and also it will pick up the mallet, so combining these two after this has collected a lot of damage is good, because if you use this and then use this, this is not going to do any damage whatsoever, because this will stop enemies from using their weapons. And then which is important, you need that so that this will do damage. And then we have Metronome. You need this for a lot of reasons. It is better stealth than Loki. Longer stealth than Loki, actually. It is a damage boost, it is a multi-shot boost, and it's a speed boost. And what it is when you do a certain action on beat to the music or that part of the music, then you get a buff, and depending on how the music is, the easier it will be to get that buff. So now we have AMP or AMP, and what this will do is boost the damage of all of this and all your abilities and everything, and then the damage buff increases with the amount of sound that's in the area. So all this will also boost the damage of this, and then this will also boost the damage of this and multiply the radius times 2. So this boosts this, this boosts this, and because all this boosts this, this also boosts all of these. So everything boosts each other. Oh, and then it all goes over to your allies too. And if you have a full team of Octavias, then all that goes to everybody, and you end up with 2 long lines of buffs. It's pretty crazy. So here's my build for now. I'm going to change it up a bit, but this is what I have for now. This is enough to have you go endlessly in a survival, or this can help you do literally any mission there is. So briefly, what I have here is mainly power duration. That's going to be the most important thing, because the longer the duration, the less you have to really worry about spamming your abilities. You don't really need power efficiency because she regens her own health, and then with Zeneric, she just has unlimited energy and you can spam to your liking. And then her power range, not that needed, but also needed at the same time, so it's good to have a little bit of that there. And plus you need these mods so you can balance out with narrow-minded. And then we have some power strength just to further boost the damage of her 1 ability and boost the buffs that come with her other abilities. Now, one important thing to building Octavia is the music itself and how repetitive the music is. So now the first 2 lines, these are for your first 2 abilities, not that important. The first one, the more beats you have here, the more it will proc its damage, but the more of these you have here, the least damage it will do, and then the least amount you have here, the more damage it will do, if that makes sense there. And then the second one, not that important. It's going to attract enemies no matter how you do it. But down this one, this is the most important one, which is the 3rd ability. There will be little pulse waves that appear on the ground, and when the wave comes to a certain distance from your Warframe, you have to do an action in order to get a certain buff, like if you want to turn invisible, or if you want to do more damage, or all that other stuff, depending on what action you do. So if you were to just spam in all of these, you can just spam crouch and then you'll go invisible eventually, but you'll have to crouch like 10 or 12 times. But if you do it 1 beat per measure, then you only have to crouch 2 times on beat in order to go invisible, and it's a lot more seamless that way. You can do that while running. You just like run, slide twice, and then you go invisible. And then which is why I have it set up like this. And if you want to hear the song that I made, this isn't very memey, but the meme songs will come in the future video, don't worry. And here we go. Nothing too crazy, something simple and easy to go on with the beat. Alright, so now let me actually show you how our abilities work. And I'm going to go ahead and start out with the 3 because that's going to be the first one you want to trigger whenever you enter a mission. So now you can see the pulse waves. And if I crouch on beat, I'll go invisible. But I have to do it 2 times in a row. Now I'm invisible. And you can see in the top right corner, you see the timer there, the one with the eye with the X on it. That one's for invisibility, and it lasts for that long. And if I want to recast invisibility, I just gotta crouch on beat again. So it's like, it's really hard sometimes to get it. There we go. And now there we go, it just restarted. So it's a recastable invisibility. So I can just, you know, go about my day and be invisible, do invisible things like as if I'm Loki. And then now I'm invisible again, staying invisible. And yeah, now for the speed boost, you just jump on beat. There we go. There, now I have the speed boost. And it's a 45% speed boost, which is pretty awesome. Then there's the multi-shot boost if I shoot on beat. Now I have, oh, one more. There we go. Now I have multi-shot. And I don't have to shoot on beat anymore, but there's a lot of bullets in there, a lot of balls involved in that. And then last, there's the overall damage boost. That will boost the damage of all your abilities, of just everything in general. And that is if you melee on beat, which is the hardest one. So you have to kind of press E. There we go. There we go. There we go. Nah. That was easy and simple. I wish they would like have a circle that went out that showed you when it was time to actually press it. So I want to show you guys the other abilities. So to do that, I'm going to spawn, actually before I spawn them, because she is a glass cannon. She is probably less survivable than Loki. It's pretty bad. But first I want to go invisible. And now I'm going to spawn a bunch of level 120 aired heavy gunners. And now I want to show you guys how the 1 works. You want to get to an area where you won't get caught in the crossfire. And when you throw the 1, they're all going to get aggroed and they're going to attack it. And you see how when they start attacking it, the damage starts getting reflected on everything. And now you can boost the damage and the range with your 4th ability. And if it's not reaching some of them, just throw your 2 and the ball will take it to them. And boom! That's how that works. And there you have it. That's the general knowledge you're going to need to build your Octavia. And I'm going to have a more in-depth video with memes and all that other good stuff that you guys know and love. But I wanted to make sure I get this video out now so that my dank homies will know how to rock with Octavia. Rock with Octavia? What am I? But that's going to be it for today's video, and if you guys enjoyed today's video, then go ahead and leave a like. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to become a part of the Dank Homie family, then go ahead and do so, and I will see you guys later. Peace! Don't change, don't change, don't change, even though life ain't the same. Say, don't change, don't change, don't change, life gon' make it happen anyway. And I say, don't change, don't change, don't change, even though life ain't the same. Say, don't change, don't change, don't change.